brainwaves to it, how do we prioritize that piece or pieces?
For instance, on the industry clusters, I'm pacing myself, and I'm going to do 3 a year, and I'm going to try and have them be groups of businesses coming together, because part of the strength of the industry cluster is them working together and discovering opportunities together. So that makes it more efficient. And then the industrial forums are already set, so that's a pretty well-oiled process. It's not, I mean, yes, there's some staff work involved, but it's not anything that is out of the ordinary. I think what we have laid out for this year is doable. It's ambitious, but it's doable.
No, and that's, again, a lot of the things that are here there are already balls that are in motion, and it's just a matter of keeping them going. The other piece I was looking at, or that struck me too, is, and I'm one of those operators that's go do, and I understand things take time, so I'm trying to be patient in terms of how these things develop over the years and come together. What's the next steps after this? So we have this document. Is there action planning that comes next? Is this kind of the checklist piece? We go and we've done, okay, check it off.
Right. So for me, should you adopt it, I would be looking at the initiatives that are on the executive summary that are initiatives for 2013 and the ongoing initiatives. So the main ones in my mind, of course, would be the industry cluster meetings, the industrial site certification, and making sure that all of our marketing, our website, everything is ready, is current. When the market is already starting to come back. The planning office is busy. There's been a lot of activity, and so now is the time to have that all in place, and a lot of it is already in place.
Okay. And my last piece, and I'll open it up to the rest, is because we are on limited resources and I'll say woman power in the Economic Development Office, to just encourage you to use us. Well, you can use me as much as you need to. I'm all for this. And just reaching out to your other resources as well, like the county and GPI. We had the meeting the other day, and I think my fingers are crossed that that's going to be a good venture and a good resource piece for us. I have some questions that you and I will talk about as I sit and think and drive home from Tualatin yesterday. But yeah, just leveraging those people to help get this accomplished, because there's a lot here. So
I appreciate that, and economic development is very much a team sport. It takes a lot of people pulling together to make something happen.
Very much so. Councilor Ryder, any questions on your end, sir?
Well, I was just wondering if there was a resource where you can find out what companies around the United States that are looking to move, that are looking for places to move, that we might be able to reach out to get them to consider Canby.
That's where our partnership with Greater Portland, Inc. and Business Oregon come in. They have people that are very skilled at business recruitment out there all the time, talking with site selectors, talking with the industry clusters that have the most likelihood of locating in the Portland region and can be, hopefully can be. And so they're working on the pipeline for us, in addition to the connections that you might bring, that the real estate brokers might bring, that people call us directly that we respond to. So there's a lot of eyes out there looking for businesses, and surprisingly, a number of businesses within the region need to move. They've outgrown their building, or they need more land, or they need different attributes, and so a lot of the leads that have come to Canby over time have been from the Portland region. So that's pretty fertile ground.
And that was something that came out in meeting with the Greater Portland Inc. group the other day, was there's only 2 people at the state level for the whole state managing, business movement or, potential for coming into Oregon. So, how do you filter that around? And so That's where I'm optimistic that Greater Portland Inc. can help, because that's part of their piece too, is to go out and recruit and visit other states, other countries if need be, to try to increase that, our presence and as a desirable place to come and do business. And us meaning the Portland metro area, so. Anything else here, Councilor Ryder? No? Councilor Parker, anything? Councilor, yeah?
Earlier today, you and I had a bit of an email conversation that the rest of the council was carboned on about some minor textual changes. Kim, what's the right way to proceed on those?
Well, if the council, if you want to adopt something that's different than what you've received, you would just need to vote on that.
Okay.
And I made copies for you if you would like them.
Yeah, would you mind passing out? Thank you, Renata. I remember reading it, but didn't print off a copy. Floor is, okay. Absolutely, sir.
Nice work, Tim.
Do you want to take a moment and review?
Sure.
For the general public?
You bet. So for the general public, for the cameras, I suggested some small textual changes and thoughts on the document to Renata earlier, and she's responded. Walking through them one by one, on page 5, under issues and challenges, there seemed to be perhaps a conflict between the statement that visibility for Oregon 9090 is poor with the following sentence that says that the First Avenue redevelopment will provide a much improved visible face to downtown to the well-traveled Highway Oregon 9090. And Renata's response was that it looks like a conflict, but both statements are true. Because not all of downtown is visible from 99. Some of it is. First Avenue does dress that up. That there are some of the larger buildings on Ivy and Grant that tend to obstruct much of downtown from 99E. Your explanation's great. I'm fine with it.
Okay.
Everyone okay?
Yeah.
On page 8, under opportunities and assets, we got into a conversation about this. I think it was late last year, perhaps, was it, Rich? Where we were talking about the spring 2012 survey, where citizens identified the need for computer repair, tailoring and alterations, dry cleaning, and a copy center and pack and mail service. And we all kind of chuckled because we have those.
Our jaw dropped a little.
Yeah, and sometimes we have more than one of those in Canby. And Renata is suggesting that she could add a sentence to that paragraph that says existing businesses offering these services would benefit from more proactive marketing efforts. And I think that's a great line.
I think so.
Okay with that? Page 9, under top challenges, Renata explained that one of the problems we have in Canby with marketing ourselves is that we're not well known in terms of our key market advantages to brokers in Portland. And she is suggesting that she add a statement that says that we educate real estate brokers about Canby sites, buildings, and attributes on an ongoing basis. I like that. I like the word educate. Everyone okay there?
Yep.
On page 13, there's, and I know she meant well, but Silicon Forest is described with the adjective infamous. As a denizen of the Silicon Forest, I suggested a different adjective. She's going to do that. Everyone okay with that?
You know,
Although,
you know,
depending on your experience in the Silicon Forest, it could be infamous.
Notoriously evil.
Notoriously infamous.
They're notoriously infamous.
I would propose just saying the Silicon
The Silicon
Forest
Forest.
and taking all aspersions out.
And on page 14, Renata lists that the city council goal number 1, there is a supporting goal, and I'm suggesting that we just put a footnote in that says we are about to adopt a set of new city council goals, but that the spirit of the new ones is reflected already here in this document, statement of the old ones.
Agreed.
Everyone okay with that? And so far as the comments on Exhibit B, I'm great with those. I mentioned, should we have some specific task for bike tourism, leveraging the fairgrounds, and long-term exploration and development of recreational business opportunities like riverbank and sports complex and such. But Renata explains that some of those overlap with what the chamber does, in particular with tourism. Others, like bikes, fall under Bike and Ped Committee. And water recreation might be better under vision, and I'm okay with that. All right, thank you, Mr. Mayor.
Thank you, sir, for doing that.
So Kim, do we need a motion?
Well, you have your motion, you could just say with changes.
With changes,
As
okay.
amended.
Great, thank you.
Perfect. Counselor Coleman?
I think it's actually been answered, everything, but thank you very much.
Okay,
My questions have already been asked and answered.
okay. All right.
Similar questions.
Perfect.
I'd just like to say how fortunate I think we are that we have an engineer on our council here to parse out these words.
To drag it out.
I appreciate the work, Tim. Thank you. This isn't the first time you've done that, being able to take a look with some critical eye on some of the language, so I appreciate that. Thank you.
I didn't know infamous had such negative connotations.
Especially about Tim's beloved Silicon Forest.
Yeah.
All right. All right, well, yes, sir.
I would move adoption of resolution number 1155. Last time.
1155.
A resolution adopting the Canby Economic Development Strategy as amended.
I'll second.
So moved by Counselor Ayers and seconded by Counselor Hensley to adopt Resolution 1155, adopting the Canby Economic Development Strategy as amended. All those in favor? Aye. Opposed? Seeing none? We'll go 6-0 on that. All right.
Good job.
Yeah.
Thanks, Renata.
Thank you, Renata.
Nice work.
So, moving into new business. Is that okay there, Kim? No, meaning, just, one lady in my life that'll be mad at me. New business, selection of the Historic Review Board Liaison. Is there any thoughts, Tim, on,
I think it should be somebody older than me.
you think so? Okay. But you have how many, how
But you've lived here
how
the
long is your
longest.
family?
Yeah, your roots go very deep.
Yeah.
I have a question, Mr. Mayor. What did we do with the liaison to the Historic Society? Did we fill that, or did we decide not to?
We
We
decided
decided
not
to
to.
not go
Because I
there,
was thinking
yeah.
that would be a
It retired with fault.
logical coupling. Okay, well, then, that's not an idea.
Shuffling papers here, pardon me. Kim, I think I have misplaced your lovely note to me about the time parameters of, nope.
How many meetings to have and.
How about I use this one right here? Nope, that's the public hearing. How long is the position for, or the length of the term for?
I printed you out an email that Jamie had sent, just sort of giving a background about the Historic Review Board. Time commitment, 2 to 4 times per year they will meet or is necessary. So probably not.
Per year?
Yeah.
Per year?
Well, as much as I don't need more meetings, there's a certain logic to pairing this with the Main Street liaison, since Main Street is derivative of the National Historic Trust. And in most cities, the two do work together.
I nominate Counselor Parker.
Second.
That was a hard sell.
How
How come I can't get motions like that on other things?
Oh, it's my appointment, we don't need to vote on that at all? Thank you, Counselor Parker, for taking on this important liaison role for the council. Fantastic. We'll move on to your business, Greg.
And I have no business
You
there.
have no business. All right, so we are at an important part of the evening for the second opportunity to provide citizen input. If there is anybody that would like to come and address the council, now is your other opportunity to do so. Seeing none, we will move on to action review. Kim?
You have approved the consent agenda, you've adopted Resolution 1155, and Counselor Parker will now be the liaison to the Historic Review Board.
Perfect. Thank you, Kim. Thank you, Counselor Parker. There is no executive session this evening, correct, Joe? Thank you. I will take a motion to adjourn.
I move we adjourn.
I have a movement,
Second.
and I have a second. All those in favor?
Yes.
Aye.
We are now adjourned. Thank you, Cammy. Good night.
It's dinner time.
Bev?